Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
This story is sponsored by Habitat for Humanity. Today I'm taking you guys somewhere where I oftentimes go on my lunch break. I am at the Habitat for Humanity Restore in Socastee. I'm joined by Joey. Joey, thanks for showing me around today.
Yeah, glad to have you here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys are going to actually be having a new store opening up very soon. Give me all the details.
Yeah, so we are super excited. We have a second location coming in the Longs area, right off Highway 9. We are hoping to be open for business sometime in May.
Okay, let's dive in a little bit into what the Restore is for people that have never shopped here. If you haven't, you need to come by. But what are you guys all about?
Yeah, so our main goal here is providing safe and affordable housing in our community. So the Restore here, we take donations of couches, love seats, any kind of furniture, appliances, building supplies, and we have that available to the public for a cheaper price. So then we take that money and we put that right into building our houses.
That's very cool. So you can actually see the direct impact right back into the community. How does that exactly work?
Yeah, so it's really cool. So we have a home buyer program, which right now actually we are taking applications through March 29th at noon.
Okay.
So we have 2 application seasons, one in the spring, one in the fall. People can apply to get in our home buyer program. They come in, do some work with us. We worked side by side, and hopefully they get their house. But what we do, we take that money here, and that funds those houses.
I love it. And you guys have lots to offer here at the Restore. There's really anything that you could possibly need for your home, but it's different every day. You never know what you're gonna get.
It is. Our inventory changes almost hourly.
Yeah.
So we have 2 trucks that goes out and does free pickups in the community. We also take drop-off donations. So then when they bring them back here, customers are all excited. And it really does almost change hourly.
So for this new location, you guys are taking donations. How can people help out?
Correct. So we are taking donations now from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. up at the new location. That is at 2191 Highway 9 East. You can't miss us. We don't have a sign on the building yet, but it will be there in a couple weeks. There is a sign out front though.
Okay.
But yeah, you can certainly drop off donations there, and we'll be glad to help you out and still get your tax deductible receipt.
And is there anything that you can't donate?
So we don't take any clothes or like linens.
Okay.
Anything that's stained or ripped or broken we can't take, but we take a little bit of everything.
Yeah, for sure. I have walked through here so many times, and a lot of my home is now thanks to the Restore. Okay, why did you guys want to open a location in Longs?
Well, our county is so large. Horry County is a very large county, and we're just trying to service the other part of the county. The more stores that we have, the more revenue we get to generate, which goes back into our homes and more families that we can serve.
And how does it feel whenever you're actually able to see that come to fruition?
It's super cool. There's not really a feeling that you can describe when you see the family start from day one, when maybe they're just starting with the program, and then that day that we have their home dedication, just to see the excitement in their face.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to take you guys along shopping with me, but first give me a little bit more information about this new store and what people need to know before it opens.
Yeah, so it's going to be a brand new building, 25,000 square feet. It's going to be super cool, very accessible, but we're already taking donations now. Hoping to open mid-May. As soon as we get the store full, we'll open it up to the public and we'll start having some fun.
I love it. Thank you so much. How can people learn more information?
Yeah, if you go to our website, habitatorry.org, you'll see all of our information from our restores to our homebuyer program, all the different events we have going on, and also stay tuned to that website because you'll want to know a grand opening date.
Yes.
So Miguel's behind the camera. He's never been to the warehouse here. So I'm gonna take you back here and show you my favorite part. The director's chair. I really love this. This is very cute.
This story is sponsored by Habitat for Humanity.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Good morning. Thanks everybody for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined by Will from Dreamwalkers. How are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. I want you to go ahead and tell me your story.
Got injured. Well, actually, I played basketball and football at college. Yeah. I was like the only freshman playing football and basketball. At the end of my sophomore, actually it was the last spring game, I got injured making a tackle. The injury was I fractured my C4, C5 vertebrae. My parents flew up there. They quit their jobs, and I was with them for every day for like 4 years straight before my mom passed.
What are some of the resources that Dreamwalkers helps out with?
If I have the funding and backing from the community, I'll give away as much as possible. It doesn't matter. My goal is to help others out in my position.
So are you able to provide like equipment? You were saying transportation. What does that look like?
It was just like some folks need to go to the doctor, or someone need to go out with their family. They're having family functions and they're stuck at home. You know, little things like that would be a huge plus for someone's family. Mentally, I would want to have physical therapy, someone that deals with mental health, or therapists, just different outlets, like with people in my position that they can reach out to Dreamwalkers just like that and get an answer.
Welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined by Dr. Anthony Thompson. How are you doing?
Doing quite well, Katie, and yourself?
I'm doing wonderful.
You know, our goal is, first of all, we got the name came from Ephesians, 2nd chapter.
And this is a group of a lot of different people in Charleston, leaders in Charleston.
Yes.
Tell me about your board.
Yes, well, my board consists, very diverse board. Has to be. You know, we have young people, white, black, Latino, and everybody's denomination is completely different.
Yeah.
You know, Catholics, Reformed Episcopalians, Baptists. I mean, and so it's very diverse for a purpose, because, we're trying to promote what Christ already did. More or less promote, we're trying to perpetuate what he already did. And that is by the grace of God to encourage people through acts of forgiveness, repentance, and reconciliation, okay, to destroy those barriers that divide us, that hostility that divide us. Like I said, that can be a number of things, and it's not just for one particular thing, but it can be a number of things, so that we can come together as one family, the way it was intended to be. And so that's where we start.
And you were able to do this on a really big scale.
Yeah.
Whenever you had that event.
Yeah, when we had the event, that took a lot of work.
I'm sure.
I mean,
lots of planning.
Yeah. I mean, even getting the organization together just to come as one. We didn't just do it right away. When I came back, this incident with George Floyd occurred. But to our surprise, the people in Charleston protested. It's like, wow, I mean, they tore downtown up. They're mostly young people. And so we were shocked, we were surprised. And so there's a pastor named Reverend Zalik, who's the senior pastor at St. Michael's. And he and I have been doing some Lent season services together with other churches. So he called me up and said, we need to do something to try to, put some damper on what happened last night and let people know, we're one.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks again for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm joined in studio by Billy, who is from Day One, Week One. How are you doing, Billy?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, let's get right into it.
Okay.
Tell me about your organization.
So in June 9th of this year, 2023, I had an idea to start a nonprofit for first responders and veterans. The suicide rate across our country is astronomical. I did a little bit of research, and it's not hard to find over 450 first responders killed themselves last year in 2022. And that doesn't account for the 6,000 veterans that have killed themselves since the wars have started in 2001. There's a passion and a heavy burden on my heart to stop my brothers and sisters from killing themselves. So I started the nonprofit. It's called Day One, Week One. What we're doing is we're providing a platform for them on our podcast to come and tell their stories. They talk about their traumatic experiences, how they got through those, what their support system looked like, the people that they've reached out to, and some of those people they didn't reach out to when they were in dark places. My personal story of 2 years ago, I was in that frame of mind of suicide. I'd gone through a kind of not a traumatic event, but a traumatic experience in my career. And I felt like I had lost my identity. And with losing that identity and losing the touch of the people in my support system, I didn't feel like there was another place to go. Thankfully, my wife, being as incredible as she is, reached out after I called her and told her that today's a bad day. She reached out to a friend of ours who was an elder in our church. Within minutes, he arrived at my house. And he got out of the car and he kind of gave me a little smirk, but he did something that literally changed my life. He put his hand on the back of my neck and he put his head to my head. He said, "I'm not going to let you do this today. We're doing this together. So for every day that you need me here, I'm going to be here." And it changed my life. The physical touch in that moment, that's what we're missing. That's what we've lost over the years. So Day One, Week One wants to bring that back. My goal is to have a mental health triage group that can self-deploy into these situations. I'm not talking about having them in a situation where they're going to put themselves in danger or anyone else. They're not going to go to an active situation. It's going to be someone that reaches out and says, "Hey, I need help." They're going to deploy. They're going to go where they are. Unlike a 911 or a crisis center, where they would just talk to them on the phone and kind of consider their resources, they're going to deploy to where they are. "Hey, let's go get a cup of coffee. Let's go get a sandwich. Let's talk about what's going on," and then make that connection. And the triage part of it will be to find out exactly what they need and get them the resources that they need from that.
I love it. Okay. How can people listen to your podcast or learn more information?
So all you got to do is go to dayoneweek1.org. Obviously, we're taking donations. The big thing about the donations is we're obviously still building this organization. So there's costs, startup costs, there's different things, application fees, things like that go along with it. But eventually, when all of those things are complete, the plan is that we're going to start sponsoring first responders, helping to pay for some of their medical bills, their seeking mental health bills, their counseling and things like that. The best way to reach out, you can go to any platform. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, TikTok, Truth Social, Getter. We've just opened up we've opened up all of the avenues so that you can't really miss us, hopefully, out there. And we want to make sure that everybody's understanding and knowing that Day One, Week One is here.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.